And people forget, when Everyday Struggle first aired, Akademiks was the more popular one out of him and Joe Budden. I low-key think that was Akademiks' shot. I don't know the specifics, but I would imagine Complex picked up Akademiks as he was so hot at the time. And they was like, all right, we gotta pair him with somebody. Who can we pair him with? Not the other way around. Like Everyday Struggle helped Joe Budden more than it helped Akademiks. Top 5, rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. So today I posed a question on Twitter that I did not think was so controversial. I didn't think this was going to be a controversial take, but apparently it is. I basically said, yo, DJ Akademiks is a hip hop legend as a media personality. In media, DJ Akademiks is a hip hop legend, bro. So when you go back and you think about hip hop legends in media, we talking about Fab Five Freddy, we talking about Free and AJ, Big Tigger, you know what I mean? All these people in media, now that's the older media, the TV shows, the daily hip hop countdowns. We talk about this new generation. This media the media playground is YouTube, Twitch, streaming, Patreon. When you talk about in hip hop, who led the YouTube hip hop content? Who led all that content? Who was the leader coming out with all that content over the past, let's call it decade? It's about 2010-ish. Who's the number one person? YouTube, streaming. We could throw podcasts in there too. Who is the number one? Think about it. Because my answer is DJ Akademiks, and I'm not saying, like if you watch my channel, you know that my channel doesn't really copy DJ Akademiks. Like we do two different things. Like I do album reviews and things like that. Akademiks, more news, more, just giving commentary on things. And people want me to, my commenters like, oh, you should do more commentary and this and that. I like doing album reviews, man. I like listening to music. I like reviewing music. That is like my niche. But anywho, the number one person is Akademiks. Number two, you could throw Breakfast Club out there. They're radio, but they transitioned into YouTube, which was smart. Whoever made that decision, like, yo, let's start recording our interviews that we're doing on the radio and post it to YouTube. That's smart. You might throw Joe Budden in there. Maybe you throw Ebro and Hot 97. I don't know. For me, the number one person, when you talk about new gen, we ain't talking about TV, we ain't talking about radio, we talking about how people consume media, mostly today, where it's trending upwards, the YouTube, the streaming. It's DJ Akademiks, bro. And you gotta think about it like this, right? So obviously I'm saying yes, DJ Akademiks is a hip hop legend. But you gotta think about it like this. Akademiks has excelled in multiple mediums. He's excelled at YouTube. His Warren Chirac series, however you feel about that. And I know some people love bringing up the Vic Mensa situation. Like, oh, he pressed him. Oh, Vic Mensa pressed Akademiks. Like, bro, how do you expect Akademiks to handle that situation? Or anybody, how do you expect, you want them to get up and fight over words? Oh, you called me a bitch. Oh, let's fight. Bro, you gonna fight every time you get in a disagreement or you get called a name and you at work? That's gonna make you unemployable. When it's time to get your contract re-up, or maybe you go to a different platform and you trying to get a bag, if you got a history of fighting people over what they say, over words, like, bro, this is not a smart thing. Akademiks handled that as well as you can handle it. Like he called him a bitch. He was like, oh, what do you mean by that? He kept the interview going. It's like when Chris Rock got slapped at the awards. He actually got touched. When Chris Rock got slapped, there are some people being like, oh, it couldn't have been me, this and that, this and that. But I bet you in the future, Chris Rock is going to continue to get gigs. His price is going to go up because he handled that as well as you possibly could in that situation. Like, he didn't turn around and fight or tackle him or do something that's going to make him unemployable. He kept the show going. So in that Vic Mensa thing, that's what Akademiks did. But people love to, say, oh, he got pressed and this and that. Bro, who cares? But anywho, you gotta think about it like this, right? Akademiks has excelled at multiple mediums, and it's only been like 10 or so years. You talk about YouTube, you talk about Twitch. He's like led both. He led hip hop personalities and he led all the hip hop media in those things. He was like the first to really do YouTube right. He did it so right that people still copy his channel's DNA today. Like new channels copy his channel's DNA to get off the ground. You know what I mean? Like the video playing with even the intros and how they report certain things or what they're talking about, bro. Like that is his DNA is still being copied from his original YouTube, his Warren Chirac. So he excelled at Twitch. Again, one of the first hip hop people on Twitch. He excelled at daily, what we would call TV, with Everyday Struggle. That was a YouTube show, but that's basically equivalent to TV. Every day, that was like a Rap City or 106 in Park, how I came on every day. Excelled at that. And people forget, when Everyday Struggle first aired, Akademiks was the more popular one out of him and Joe Budden. I low-key think that was Akademiks' shot. I don't know the specifics, but I would imagine Complex picked up Akademiks as he was so hot at the time. And it was like, all right, we gotta pair him with somebody. Who can we pair him with? Not the other way around. Like Everyday Struggle helped Joe Budden more than it helped Akademiks. And I think, I don't know for sure, but to me it seems like Complex was like, all right, we got this kid, we got Akademiks, he made fire content, like he's hot right now. Who can we pair him with? And you can see even after Joe Budden left, that show continued. So he excelled at that, and now he's excelling at podcasting. He has one of the hottest podcasts on Spotify. So how can you not? Number one, you gotta recognize, you gotta note, you gotta give credit that he's excelling at everything he does in media. You gotta give credit that he has a lot of sons. I'm not going to call any names, but you watch how people speak, certain hip hop personalities, how they speak, it harkens back to DJ Akademiks. You gotta look at you gotta give credit where it's due. So if you can recognize that what he's been doing is unprecedented, it's exceptional. It's literally exceptional, and it's extraordinary. Really, it's not ordinary. Like to excel in Twitch, YouTube, okay, daily video content, okay, Spotify. He has no host. He excelled with a host. He excelled without a host. He excelled with multiple hosts. Like whether it was Star, whether it was Wayno, Nadeska, to now he has no co-host on this podcast. So to me, I like to call it early. When I called Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap a classic in 2018, this was before Nipsey died. Nipsey was still alive, bro. When I called that album a classic, folks was like reacting the same way. Like, that's not a classic, they've since deleted those posts because they are clearly wrong. But I like to call things early, bro. Like, Akademiks is a hip hop legend, bro, in terms of media. So I didn't think it was controversial when I said it, but apparently some people did. What do y'all think? And really think about this, right? Really think about this, because I think he's a legend, especially for his generation. He's led so many things, and he has offspring. He's got sons and stepsons in this thing, and he's still going. And it's been 10 years. So that's all I gotta say about that. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This is Top 5, rapwebsite.com. Peace.